kukaNkulunkulu phakathi kwabantwana babantu.
And we remember God coming among the children of men
Ezoba indodana kaNkulunkulu.
as the Son of God.
Namhla ngeke ngilifunde eliqondene noKhisimusi.
Now today my text is not about Christmas,
Kodwa indaba imumethe uKhisimusi.
but nevertheless it contains the Christmas story.
Ngoba uJesu weza ukuzosusa izono.
For Jesus came to remove sin.
Manje kulezi insuku zabasha sikhulume ngodonga luka laseJerusalem.
Now during this youth conference we've been looking at the theme about the building of the walls of Jerusalem,
Lakhiwe nguNehemiah.
built by Nehemiah.
uNehemiah ubekude kabi esekuthunjweni le enkosini yasePersia.
Nehemiah had been far off in the kingdom of Persia,
Kodwa ubehluphekile ngelinye ilanga wavakashela umfowabo wambuza wathi awungitshele kuhamba kanjani eJerusalema.
but still was very concerned about the situation there. One day calling his brother and saying, "Tell me, how's it really going there in Jerusalem?"
Yizo kube nesikhundla esikhulu eMedo Persia.
Despite the fact that he had a very comfortable and high position in Persia.
Singathi isikhundla sokugcina.
One can say that he had reached the ultimate position to be reached.
Kunguyena othenjwayo ukuthi anike inkosi yakhona ukudla.
He was the one who was entrusted with the very meal and catering for the king.
Impilo yenkosi yakhona ibisesandleni sakhe.
The life of the king was entrusted into his hands.
Futhi engumluleki ngamanye amazwi
And
yaso inkosi.
also, he was the counselor of the king, an advisor.
Kodwa noma ehleli kahle enesikhundla esiphakemeyo engasweli lutho ubehluphekile ngeJerusalema. Elalikude ngoba iShushani belingale amamayili kweBhabheli.
So even though he lived in comfort and with a wonderful position away in the province of Shushan, far away from Jerusalem, nevertheless his heart of concern was for back at home in Jerusalem.
Ngikhumbula uPaul ubekhathazekile ngabazalwane abaphenduke ngaye nabangaphendukile ngaye ebahluphekela ebhabhalela nezincwadi.
One is reminded of Paul, who felt extreme concern for those who had been converted through him, though they were far away, for those who had been saved through him and those who hadn't, who had found the Lord, about their spiritual condition.
Wahlupheka wakhathazeka wakhala inyembezi lapho ezwa ngesimo saseJerusalema.
And so Nehemiah was in such deep distress about the condition of Jerusalem
Uma ezwa ukuthi uqhutshwa ngendlelani.
when he heard about what was really going on.
Ezwe nokuthi indonga zeJerusalema zidilikile amasango ashiswe ngomlilo.
And that the walls of Jerusalem had been broken down and burned.
Bekungena kuphume noma bani.
And now,
Ongumjuda nongesi umjuda ngisho abantu basezweni bezinye izizwe bebenza ibhizinisi eJerusalem.
and now anybody and everybody could come in as they wished. Jews, Gentiles, it didn't matter what type of person would come in and do business there.
Futhi amaJuda abaseleyo bebegane ezinye izizwe nje.
And the little remnant of Jews who were still there had intermarried with the Gentiles.
Bazalela ingane lezingane zazikhuluma isimekisi sezizwe zingakwazi ukukhuluma isiJuda.
Their offspring only spoke a slang. They couldn't speak the Hebrew language anymore.
Bebengakwazi ukukhuluma ulimi lokhokho babo ababemphilela uNkulunkulu bese kuyisixoviyo sezizwe.
They could no longer speak the language of their forefathers who had walked with God and known God. Now their language had degenerated into that which was just a mixture of the Gentiles.
Lokho kwamphatha kabi uJeremiya.
That caused him great distress, Nehemiah.
Uthi wehluleka nokudla.
He said, I could not eat.
Wakhala inyembezi
He wept profusely,
emini nasebusuku.
day and night.
Uma isefika enkosini, inkosi yathi, hawu Nehemiya, awuphilile yini, uyagula yini?
Then when he got to the king even noticed and said, Nehemiah, are you not feeling well?
UNehemiya wathandaza enhlizweni engakaphenduli wathi ngizothini.
Nehemiah,
Wayesethi inkosi yami angiguli anginawo umkhuhlane kodwa ngihluphekile ngabantu bakithi eJerusalema. iJerusalem liyichithakalo namhlanje.
prayed in his heart to the Lord as to how he should respond to the king and asked the Lord for wisdom. Then he said, O king, my home country, Jerusalem, lies in waste, in ruins today.
Wathi kanti uNkulunkulu seyasebenza kuNehemiya. Wathi Nehemiya, ngingakusiza ngani?
Now God was busy at work. And then the king said, Nehemiah, how may I help you?
Wathi ngathanda ukuthi ngiye ngakhe udonga lweJerusalema.
He said, I'd like to be given permission to go back and rebuild the walls of Jerusalem.
Wathi uzohlala isikhathi singakanani?
He asked Nehemiah, how long will you need to be gone?
Bavumelana-ke.
And they came to an agreement.
Wasuka inkosi yamnika amahashi, yamnika amasosha ukuthi angavelelwa lutho olubi endleleni. Wathi ngicela nencwadi uma ngidabula amazwe, ngidabula izizwe ukuba kungasuka impi, ngibe nencwadi evele enkosini ukuthi ngingeza.
And so the king provided everything that Nehemiah needed, including protection, security, horses, soldiers, diplomatic letters, so that as they crossed and traversed various countries, they wouldn't get into trouble as to their intentions.
Wamnika incwadi ukuba lapha eya khona bazi. Lokho kungikhumbuze nabazalwane basendulo. Niyazi ukuthi abazalwane basendulo bebengamukeli umuntu ofike ezoshumayela uma engafikanga nencwadi kubaholi bomsebenzi. Bebengamukeli. Ofikayo bekumelwe ukuthi abe nencwadi evela kubaholi bomsebenzi bamabandla ukuthi nangu sibanibani ufika kini ngalesi sizathu nangaleso sizathu. Hayi ukuthi umuntu ayihambele.
Now, these letters, these diplomatic letters giving reasons, official reasons why he had to go through these countries, reminds me of the time in the first church where if people traveled from one church to another and covering distance, they had to have letters of recommendation. They couldn't just pitch up and say, hey, I'm here to preach. No, they needed to know, that church needed to know that this person was there with the authority of others.
kwahamba uma ifika khona ebona abaJuda sebeganwa bezizwe wathukuthela wafa ebona nengane zabo ezelwe khona zingakwazi ukukhuluma nesiJuda wasuka washaya amadoda wabashaya wabamba ngeyihluthu wakhipha inwele ekhanda labo wabaxosha wathi ngeke nihlale la uma ningahlukanisanga nabezizwe nengane zenu azihambe.
As he traveled and got closer and closer, and he discovered what had been happening, that the Jewish people had been intermarrying and that their children couldn't speak the Jewish language anymore, he was so angered that he plucked out at the beards of these men and their hair, and he said, "Out with these Gentiles, you've got to separate yourselves, you and your children."
Wabelana nababusi ngoba besekhona ababusi abangesebo amaLevi noma ubani ubesenesikhundla emzini kaNkulunkulu.
And he strongly resisted those who had got into positions of leadership who were not real Levites.
Uthi indodana yompriest omkhulu waze waganwa indodakazi kaTobiya obelwa noNehemiah.
And the son of the high priest had married the daughter of Tobias, who was the arch enemy of the Lord's people.
Wamxosha uNehemiah.
And Nehemiah expelled him.
Wathi sengizomisa abantu abagade esangweni bagade kungabikho ngenayo nophumayo ebeka abantu abangcwelisiwe.
And he said, "I'm going to put security at the gates that will be responsible and will check on each one, that only those who are allowed to be there will be allowed to come in and out the gates."
Abanye ke bafike bahlale phandle emasangweni
Because some had been coming,
bangangena
some would come and sit outside the city gates and not go right in.
ngoba bekufike nabezizwe bezodayisa ufish
Because-
bezodayisa amakonkomba nabo bezodayisa abanye bathi sizohlala phandle.
Some of the Gentiles by then were doing business just outside the city, and they would sit out outside the gate selling fish and their other products without going inside the walls.
uNehemiah wathi i-warning lami lokugcina uma nahlala phandle ayiphakathi ngizosebenzisa isandla sami kinina obekusho ukuthi uzobathathela inyathelo eqinile.
So Nehemiah then threatened. He said, "Look, this is my last warning. If these people are allowed to come and continue with this trading and their business among God's people, I will lay hands upon them. I will do violence
on the Jews that stayed outside.
on the Jews that stayed outside."
Abanye bebesho mhlawumbe ukuthi hey siyolamba phakathi asitholi kahle ukudla kuphandle. Wathi uma ngamfico yedwa ungumJuda ngizomthathela isinyathelo.
So some of the Jews had said, "Well, we won't eat properly and get the right thing if we stay inside." So they just went out to the edge. And Nehemiah said, "Well, if I find anybody doing that again, I will take very strict steps against them."
Ningathanda ukuba nomholo njalo. Hayi nifuna ifreedom nenze kuthandayo. Ingane zenu zingaphila impilo eyithandayo zingashada noma bani nani. Kodwa nisazokuzwa la siya khona.
Would you like a leader like that who puts his foot down and says, "Look, this is the way it is. This is how things will be. This is who your children can marry. but I'm going to show you in what direction we're going.
uNehemiah wazakha indonga ngezinsuku ezingama52.
So Nehemiah built the walls in 52 days.
Phakathi nendawo abaJuda bathi ngeke siqede izibi ziningi kakhulu, umsebenzi umkhulu kakhulu. uNehemiah wathi bhekani enkosini, bhekani kuNkulunkulu, uyena ongasipha amandla.
Some of the Jewish folk complained and said and criticized and said, this can never be accomplished. It's just impossible. And Nehemiah said, look to the Lord, seek him, and he will enable us.
Ekuqaleni oSanbalathi uTobiya bebelwa naye, bebhuqa, bekhuluma okuningi, bathi akakwazi nokwakha udonga, kuzogijima impungushe phezu kodonga bese kudilike amatshe.
In the beginning, there was lots of mockery from people like Sanballat and Tobias. They say, oh, what type of wall is this? Even foxes will be running on it. These walls will never stand.
Kodwa yena wathi uNkulunkulu lalela, bheka abakushoyo, iba nathi.
But Nehemiah said to the workers, listen, obey, keep your focus right. He will be with us.
Waqhubeka ake nibheke udonga laseJerusalem, into enkulu kabi, kodwa wakwenza ngensuku ezingama52, kukhomba ukuthi ubeyishizekela kangakanani indaba yokwakha kodonga.
He just insisted, he persevered, and look at this astonishing achievement that in just 52 days, these walls encompassing a huge area were built around Jerusalem.
Into engenakwenzeka ukuthi lezo ndonga uzakhe ngezinsuku ezingama52, kodwa okungenakwenzeka kubantu kuNkulunkulu kumenzeka.
Humanly, you just can't achieve something like that. But what is impossible with man is possible with God.
Wakwenza ngokukhulu ukushizekela nokukhuthala.
And he did it with great enthusiasm, with zeal.
Akachithanga minithi behla benyuka begijima ukuzolakha lolo donga.
And diligence. They didn't waste a moment's time as they went up and down, completely focused on building the walls.
Lokho sikhombisa ukuthi thina evangelini kufanele ukuthi sibe nomfutho, sibe nokushisa, sibe nokukhathala ongakanani.
This shows us as
Ukukhathala.
Christians what zeal we should go about doing the Lord's business, what diligence, what care we should have.
Simanga leso.
How amazing it was.
Kuyangidabukisa ukubona abantu abazibiza ukuthi abantwana bakaNkulunkulu.
And so it saddens me to see those people who call themselves children of God
Bengenawo lokho kushisa nalomfutho.
who don't have this zeal and enthusiasm.
Fica umuntu mhlawumbe uyabhema.
You find a person maybe smoking,
Amasonto abaningi kwilokho elwa nokubhema.
spending weeks and weeks fighting against kicking the habit,
Ahluleke.
or trying to stop, and he just fails.
Usuku olodwa nelela ugwayi noma insangu noma idakamizwa, usuku olodwa. Kodwa wena udinga amasonto, udinga iminyaka. Ngithi kuwe mhlawumbe uyayikhohlisa ukuthi usindisiwe, awusindisiwe.
A day is enough, or for drugs, or whatever it is. You don't need to spend years working on something like to kick a habit. Maybe you need to ask yourself if you really are saved.
Abanye bathi hawu, isikhathi sincane kakhulu, sivunyelwe 2 weeks. manje angakahlukani kahle nedakamizwa nani kufanele ukuthi uhambe ngoba uyimisele ngenkosi.
Some people come here and they complain and say, but 2 weeks for me to kick the habit is just far too little. I can't stop drugs in such a short time. I say, no, then just go, because you're not really zealous about the things of the Lord.
Abanye abazali bancenga ingane, nikhuluma nengane zenu kube ngathi zisindisiwe. Ingane zikaSathana zikazalwa kabusha. Ukuze ziqhubeke ngaleyo ndlela ziqonde esihogweni straight, hayi ukuthi seyiphendukile. Wena siphukuphuku ubona ngathi ingane ubizelwe wena isindisiwe iyathatha lutho ingokaSathani.
Maybe you speak so tenderly and carefully to your children as if though they are Christians. Meantime, they're not saved. They belong to the devil. They're on the way to hell.
Bona ingane zakho zithanda ukuya ezweni, ingane zakho zingavuthi kahle, ingane zakho awuboni kahle kuyisolo. Kufanele ngoba kwinzalo kadevele abakazalwa kabusha. Awukwazi ukudideka ngengane ezelwe kabusha. Uzovutha umlilo.
And you say, I don't know about my child. I'm concerned about the fact that they seem to be drawn by the world. No, they're not even saved. They not Christians yet. They're not born again. Otherwise, they'd be zealous and on fire for the Lord.
They are Christianized, churchianized, but they are not genuine. They're children of the devil. The sooner you agree, understand that, the sooner God can work.
Kusho ukuthi udinga ukuthi uqonde ukuthi bangabantwana bakaSathane. Uma uqale ngokusheshsha uqonde lokhu, uNkulunkulu angasebenza.
Khona ingane zaphendukayo ngalezi insuku.
There are some children who got saved recently.
Bayekhaya.
They went home.
Enye ingane yasuka yashaya ucingo thanki ukuthi ngiyacela umuntu wakwasiza abantu ukuthi afike sengibaqoqile abantu abadinga ukuthi bayinikele enkosini baphenduke bavume izono zabo.
One child phoned here and said, please send one of the missionaries to come here, because there are people that I have witnessed to that are ready to turn to the Lord, and I need somebody to come and help them.
Lengane ingane yomfundisi.
This is a child of a preacher.
Amfundisi nje oziwayo wamaluthela.
A well-known Lutheran preacher.
Usesikhundleni esiphakeme futhi.
In a good position, high position.
Uma sebefika khona bafica indlu iswele swi abantu.
When they got there, they found that this house was full of people.
Khona basha,
There were young people,
khona amakhosikazi omthandazo,
some prayer ladies.
umfundisi ukhona,
The preacher was there, the minister.
khuluma ingane ezinikele enkosini.
And here were these children who had surrendered their lives to the Lord.
Nalengane ke kamfundisi.
And this particular child of the minister.
Yasukuma. Nathi niyanazi nonke.
The child stood up and said, you all know me.
Ngifuna ukunitshela ukuthi ngiphendukile.
I want to tell you that I've got converted.
Bengileka siza abantu ngayilungisa indaba yami ngavuma izono zami ngiphendukile ngizinikele kuJesu.
I've been at KwaSizabantu, I've turned to the Lord, I've confessed my sins, I've repented.
Ngiyacela manje ukuthi nani nikwenze.
And now I'm asking you all to do the same.
Ngiyazi ukuthi niyasonta nonke
I know that you all go to church
ngabantu bomthandazo.
and that you already are in the prayer
Kodwa ukuphenduka
organization,
ningaphenduki.
but you haven't yet repented.
Esebala izono.
And then he mentioned
esekhuluma
sins by name.
ethi baba mama ngithanda ukunazisa ukuthi angisahambisani nani sengizohambisana nabakwasiza abantu la ngasindiswa khona.
And he said, Father and Mother, I've got to let you know that I'm not going along with you in the church anymore. I have got converted at Sizabantu and I'm going to be there.
Ningamangali uma ningangiboni ngizoya lapho ngasizakala khona la ngaphenduka khona.
And he said, don't be surprised if you don't see me coming to our church, because I'm going there where I found help.
Hayi ngimlulekanga lokho futhi ageke ngimluleke umuntu kuba kusho njalo. Kodwa ngiyanivezela ukuthi umuntu ophendukayo kube njalo.
Now, I didn't instruct him to say anything of the kind, and I wouldn't tell a person to say that, but see and behold the zeal of a person who gets truly converted. After that,
the
father stood up.
Wathi mntanami ngiyakhulula. Hamba lapho wasizakala khona uqinise. Ilokho kuzongithokozisa.
And said, son or child, I want you to go there where you have been helped spiritually and do it properly and be strong. After all that, they said if there are any that would like to turn their lives over to the Lord and get right with God, they can come. And there was a large group.
A long string of people, queue of people. Ngisho omama bomthandazo.
Even prayer
ladies
who
umashunya yezwe ingane encane kangaka. Akusizi ukuthi sithule nezono zethu. Ufanele ukuthi idalule namhlanje.
Said we need to get right with God. We can't just carry on. It doesn't help to carry on just in our religiousness. We need to get truly converted today.
Abaningi abadala nabasha balungisa indaba yabo.
And many of the older people and youngsters got their lives right with the Lord.
Uyabona ingane ephendukayo. Wena umbuzo ukuthi ingane yakho siphendukile yini? Angazi. Ngibona ngathi iyathanda. Angazi. Ayikaphenduki. Wena mbumbulu ongenawo amehlo obuthuntu. Kusho ukuthi nawe uthuntu awukakazi kahle ukuthi ukholwa kuyini. Mhlawumbe ubukholwa kodwa kwamanje uyinqwaba yomquba.
Maybe you say, well, I'm not so sure about the spiritual condition of my child. It seems perhaps that maybe they like to be Christians. No, that is nonsense. You don't know what you're talking about. You might have been Christian yourself at one time, but now you just become rubbish yourself.
Awukwazi ukudideka ngomuntu ophendukayo. Kuzothinteka wena. Ngeke kusadinga ukuthi uyitshele ingane yenza lokhu yenza lokhu. Iyona eyoqondisa wena ukuthi mama isono leso. Baba uNkulunkulu kakuvumi lokho.
You won't be confused about whether a child is converted or not. You will see it. It'll be visible, obvious. Even the child will be correcting you and saying, parents, this is right, this is not.
If ivangeli lingahambi, kuyilokhu uhleli nje straight. Uyinyumba kwawena ukwazi ukuthatha umuntu umise kuJesu. Usuba yisile kuJesu. Omakhelwane bakho nabanye usubazuzile.
That is why things are as they are and you've become stagnant. Nothing happens around you. You can't even witness to your own children. You don't even know how to lead them to Christ. You might say you're a nice cake, but you're really a cake of dung.
Kodwa isikhathi sabasincane ngangathola ukuthi enkonzweni yabasha ngikhulume ngakho kodwa ngithandile ukuthi ngikhulume ngakho namhlanje.
I'm going to read something of a word that somebody gave me. I didn't get the chance during the youth conference, but I'll read it for you today.
Omunye umuntu omusha.
One of the young people.
Incwadi kaZakhariya isahluko seshumi nambili.
Zechariah chapter 12.
14. 12. Yikho okuya kuba ngukushaya uJehova ayakushaya ngakho bonke abantu abalwe neJerusalema inyama yabo iyakudleka besemi ngezinyawo zabo namehlo abo ayakuphelela ezikhoxeni zawo ulimi lwabo ludleke emlonyeni wabo.
Zechariah 14 verse 12. And this shall be the plague with which the Lord will strike all the people who fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall dissolve while they stand on their feet. Their eyes shall decay in their sockets, and their tongues shall dissolve in their mouths. We'll read thus far.
Lapha sibona ukuphila okufile.
Here one sees living death.
Ubone isidumbu,
You see
inyama,
the body, the flesh,
iyabola,
rotting,
ibolele khona emathanjeni ese emi ngenyawo.
dissolving while they are standing on their feet.
Ibole ibe corruption.
So that there is corruption and rottenness.
What a picture of living death. Living death.
Kuyisithombe sokufa okuphilayo.
Corruption. Clinging to him
Ukubola kunamathela kuye.
as a festering, putrid body.
Umzimba obolayo.
Into ebuhlungu kabi leyo.
What a heartbreaking thing it is.
Angiboni ukuthi khona ongathanda uma kungadwetshwa leso sithombe
I'm sure
ongathanda ukusibuka.
nobody would like to even see an artist's depiction of such a thing.
Ngabona izingane zikhonjiswa ezinye izithombe zengculaza fika intombazana kanti la phakathi kwemlenze bekhona nje okuncane kodwa bethuka bathi hawu kodwa uma ungabona isithombe sinje angazi ukuthi ungathini.
These days, when the children were shown some of the slides on AIDS, they were shocked and horrified at some of the things and called out in amazement. But what would they say if they were to see this depiction?
Inyama idleke besemi emzimbeni.
It says the flesh dissolving while the person is standing on their feet.
Amehlo aphelela la phakathi embotsheni ezikhoxeni zawo.
Their eyes shall dissolve in their sockets, it says.
Umuntu enembobo nje
Just be holes.
amehlo anyamalele.
The eyes decayed.
Ulimi lwabo ludleke emlonyeni wabo.
It says, and their tongue shall dissolve in their mouth.
Lokhu kwenzeka nase Japan lapho abasemelika beqhumisa i-hydrogen bomb noma i-atom bomb, hydrogen atom bomb.
Now, something similar happened in Japan when the Americans exploded those atom bombs to the Japanese.
Bathi inyama yadleka khona lapho.
They say the flesh dissolved right there.
Amehlo ekhoqini zazo.
Eyes dissolving in their sockets.
Ulimi liphele emlonyeni.
The tongue dissolving in the mouth.
Isithombe sibi lesa sikho isithombe esibi kunalesi.
It's an ugly, horrible depiction. You can't think of anything more awful.
Uma kwenzeka into enjalo emzimbeni womuntu kusho ukuthi bebevelelwa abaseJapan.
So if that happened literally to a people, well, what a terrible experience the Japanese had to undergo.
That's living death. Ukuphila okufile. Kodwa kukhona okubi kunalokho.
However, there is something that surpasses that in evil.
Uma lento iyenzeka esithunjini sakho sokomoya.
If this happens to your spiritual body,
empilweni yakho yokomoya,
in your spiritual life,
kubole inyama yakho yokomoya,
that your spiritual flesh is dissolved,
amehlo akho aphele,
your eyes decay,
ulimi lwakho awukwazi umkhulumela uNkulunkulu uthuli,
and with your tongue you can no longer speak for God, you are silenced.
kungcono kakhulu wehlelwe ukubolo kunjalo emzimbeni wakho ozophela adliwe impethu.
Much preferable
Phenduke kube uthuli.
would be a bodily dissolution like this, where your body would rot and be eaten by maggots and you turn to
Kodwa
dust.
uma wehlelwe lento ngokomoya, it's 10,000 times worse.
If this happens to you spiritually, kuphindwe kube izinkulungwane, kuphindwe kashumi kaningi.
Manje singaba nombuzo ukuthi ukuze uNkulunkulu amshaye umuntu ngesifo esingaka ngani na?
We may ask the question of God, why would he ever cause such a dreadful thing to happen to a person?
Kuthiwa kukushaywa nokuphenishwa uNkulunkulu.
It says this is the punishment and the judgment of God.
Kungani ukuthi uNkulunkulu abathukuthelele kangaka abashaye kabuhlungu kangaka?
But why? What is the reason that God should strike them with such punishment?
Uthi uNkulunkulu ngoba bake balwa neJerusalem.
God says, because they fought against Jerusalem.
Sake sabakhona isikhathi esikhathini esidlule belwa neJerusalem, belwa nendawo kaJesu, belwa nabantu bakaJesu.
Those who had ever fought against Jerusalem, against that which is of God, that which belongs to Jesus.
Ngoba thina ngokwamanje siJerusalem lokomoya, siJerusalem lakhe.
Now, we children of God are His Jerusalem. We are His children.
Thina siyithempeli lakhe iJerusalem, umuzi wenkosi yamakhosi. Thina ke siyithempeli lakhe, siyindlu yakhe, siyibandla lakhe.
We are His people. We are His temple. We are His church.
uNkulunkulu wathi esihlabelelweni 106 verse 15.
God says in Psalm 106 verse 15,
Ngabanika abakufisayo,
I gave them what they desired,
kepha ngathuma ukonda empilweni yabo.
but I sent leanness to their souls.
Konda, ukuzaca,
Leanness means becoming thin,
zace ngokomoya.
a spiritual starvation. And
Umuntu onalesi sifo, hlamba kaboni ukuthi nginalesi sifo.
a person with that disease may not notice that they have
Mhlawumbe
it.
uyathandaza uyabonga ukuthi hawu Nkosi ngacela kuwe wangiphendula.
Maybe they are even praying and say, God, thank you for hearing my prayers.
Nkosi baphendulile.
And God has answered them.
Kodwa buka ngokomoya.
God,
Abekho emandleni, abagcwele amandla.
God may give them what they want, but look at their spiritual condition,
Abakhuluphele ngokomoya bazacile.
how there is now leanness of soul. They have become thin and skinny.
Uma umtshela umuntu ukuthi awusukume uthathe umthandazo, awukhulume. Umuntu athi, "Oh, angazi ukuthi ngizothini." Omunye kuthiwa wathatha iBhayibheli waphenya, wafika komunye umuzi. Bambuza bathi awuyithatha inkonzo, awusenzela umthandazo. Waphenya. Akho lutho angakusho. Uzacile.
The leanness has become emptiness. There was one occasion where a person was asked, can't you just lead a Bible study, present something from the Word just as a devotion? And this person searched around and tried to find something, and there was nothing that they could bring of spiritual nourishment. They were lean.
Besusuke uthangisi umfundisi mina. Nonsense. Ngabe ngcono ukuthi angizelwe kabusha.
Or a person says, but I'm not a preacher. That's not for me. I'm not cut out for that nonsense if you're born again.
If you can't talk, why do you talk so much at the rugby or tennis or worldly things? Then you talk. Then you've got the gift of gab. But when you've got to say something spiritually, you haven't got anything.
Yini ukuthi ube igagu uma kuyinto yebhola noma okunjalo, kodwa uma kuyizinto zokomoya uyisimungulo.
I had some friends, had the privilege yesterday of having some friends with me, Jan and Iris from Holland, with our brother and sister from Canada, originally from Holland as well. That's correct. And our brother from Norway. And we said so many Christians have got their 3 Ds. Decent, dignified, and dead. Nothing more.
Izolo benginenhlanhla yokuthi ngibe nabazalwane baseHolland nomunye waseNork nabanye baseCanada. Besixoxa ukuthi abanye baphethwe OD abathathu, kusho ukuthi bajulile. Kube sengathi banento kodwa bafile nya.
You can't even win your own children.
Uhluleka
You
ukuzuza
can't
ngisho
even win your own neighbors.
nabantwana bakho nomakhelwane bakho.
Well, if they are so spellbound by the devil, then go a step further. The whole world is crying and longing for people to bring the cure to them. And you've got it in Christ. And if you can't preach, then at least you should be able to give your testimony and tell them how you got converted. Tell them the day when Christ met with you. Oh no, I haven't got such. Well, there you are. You are dead. Maybe you'll die here and we say, what a wonderful person, while you burn in hell.
noma belukhuni hamba ke nekhambi ngoba ivangeli likhambi lomhlaba wonke ubatshela abantu noma ungasiyena umshumayeli kodwa uyakwazi ukufakaza noma ngisho nobufakazi awunabo yini lokhu kukhombisa ukuthi ufile mhlambe singakhuluma kahle ngawe la ethuneni kodwa usushisa esihogweni
ulimi lwabo ludleke emlonyeni wabo. Their tongue has wasted away. They can't pray.
abakwazi ukuthandaza
They can't give the testimony.
abakwazi ukufakaza
They can't speak and talk for Jesus.
abakwazi ukumkhulumela uJesu
But touch on something else, then they can talk.
kodwa
Or let
khuluma
them be in the company of a girl or a boy, then they can talk.
ngokunye noma bahlangana nentombi noma umfana uzobona sebe igagu
And that shows you what kind of spirits or spirit children they are.
lokhu kukhombisa ukuthi banomoya muni njengabantwana
No wonder that Jesus said, "Don't cry for me, daughters of Jerusalem. Cry for yourself and for your children."
yikho ukuthi uJesu wathi musukungikhalela mina nina madodakazi kaJerusalema zikhalele nina nezingane zenu
Maybe you think, well, they're well educated, and that's the best thing you could do for them, to make clever devils out of them. That's their inheritance from you.
mhlawumbe uziqoshe ukuthi impela bafundisiwe kahle kodwa kuyo ifa yini ozobanika lona ukuthi babe odevil abahlakaniphile na
When they punish Christ,
lapho bemhlupha uJesu bemjezisa
there was a terrible picture. The woman cried.
kwaba into edabukisayo
I told
omama
you what
bekhala
he told them.
nalokhu uJesu ebatshela
Is this when they do this to a green tree? Look at that Christmas tree. It's green.
wathi uma bekwenzela lokhu emthini obuluhlaza obuke
What will happen to the dry tree? And you are the dry tree.
kazi ukuthi kuzokwenzekani emthini owomileyo na wena uwomile kangaka
Hasn't got to show anything. That's green. It's always green. It doesn't wither.
lo muthi
Those branches.
uluhlaza njalo njalo
And there are some lights.
kunokukhanya okuthile ama lights
And your beauty should be more attractive than that tree.
ubuhle bakho bufanele ukuthi kudlule kakhulu lo muthi
Ukuhlotshiswa kwakho kufanele ukuthi kube kuhle ngalokho.
you should be so beautified in a far greater way excelling this tree
Angisho ukuthi luka inwele zakho
I don't mean by that
noma hamba uthatha amaphemu
that you've got to go and have a special
noma
hairdo
uthathe zamandiya uzifake ekhanda.
and make your hair to be what it's not.
Kodwa uhlobise umuntu wangaphakathi njengokuba uPetru uthi owesifazane akahlophisa hayi ngemgexo yegolide kodwa ngemsebenzi emihle.
But that you would be ornamented within, beautified within, as Peter says, not with the outward ornaments, but with the inward ornament of good works.
Futhi len nyama ebolayo iyona inyama eyifunelo kwayo.
Now, this very wasting flesh, this dissolving flesh, seeks its own.
Symbolic of selfishness.
Ukhombisa
Selfishness. You think about your own self. You want your best. You want a place, you want a position, you're thinking of yourself.
Kungumfanekiso wokuzithanda wena, uzifunela wena izinto zakho nesikhundla sakho.
Encwadini kwaseGalatia ukuthi ungahlwanyelela inyama yakho.
In the letter to the Galatians it says, do not sow to the flesh.
That's selfishness, thinking about self, satisfying yourself.
Ukuzinelisa wena.
If you sow to your flesh,
hlwanyela inyama yakho,
satisfying your flesh,
uzinelisa wena inyama yakho,
and the lusts of the flesh,
nezinkanuko zenyama,
like immorality,
ukungaziphathi kahle ngokwecansi,
nake uqhutshwa inkalumo yakho, phakela inkanuko zenyama,
and you feed the flesh, the lusts of the flesh,
falling even into masturbation, you sowing to the flesh.
uzungene kuso isono sokuzinelisa wena ngokwenyama, kusho ukuthi uhlwanyela inyama.
Even if your body, physical body, doesn't rot, but spiritually you are rotting. You're a rotten potato.
Noma inyama yakho
To the
ingaboli,
detriment of the church and the fellowship where you are.
kodwa ngokomoya uyabola, kusho ukuthi ngisho nebandla lakho lapho ukhona kuyaboleka.
Ubuke nezithombe ezingezinhle. Hlwanyelela inyama.
Gazing at pornographic images, well, you're simply feeding the flesh.
Internet.
Looking at porn on the internet.
You can't but be dead, corrupt and rotten. That's what you are. And that's the cause of your leanness spiritually. And what a burden you are to the saints of God.
Ubolile ngokwenyama, kusho ukuthi yikho ukuthi usuzaca kangaka, usuwumthwalo kubo abangcwele.
Kusukelaphi njalo athi uNkulunkulu wake wamelana neJerusalem.
Where does it come from? It says, those who once resisted Jerusalem.
Please go through your past. When you meet with God, you don't meet with the present. You meet with the past and you meet with the future. 3 in 1. He's the God who was, who is, and is going to be. Go through your past. What did you say? Did you ever say something against Jerusalem? That thing will make your meat rot. Your flesh, it will rot. It will waste away your eyes and your tongue. You can pray till doomsday. You'll never get right until you've made right what you are supposed to do right. And you'll feel unhappy. You'll feel alone. Why? Sin in your past. You haven't dealt with it. You can't experience the fullness of God. Never. Because you are living in living death.
Hlola umlando wakho, ngoba uNkulunkulu unguNkulunkulu wayizolo nanamhlanje futhi nakusasa. Kusho ukuthi uzobola ngokomoya uma wake wamelana neJerusalem.
And here the heresy comes in of some so-called pious people. I serve God because I love Him. I don't fear Him. Not of fear. It seems to be very pious, but they don't know. They are rotten. They're living in sin. And that's the license. If they'd know God, they'd know His punishment. If they knew God, then they'd knew the man who says, if your right hand offends you, cut it off. Out with your right eye or your right foot. Rather enter heaven with one eye, one hand and one leg, than to be cast into hell. Is that love? That's the beginning of wisdom, the fear of God. People who just emphasize love and no justice and not the fear of God have got no wisdom. They're the biggest fools in this world. That is the beginning of wisdom. And are you living in such a fool's paradise? That's why you can get angry, you can get annoyed, you can go to your wife and gossip about another man and another person. Instead of going to him, you talk about him. May God in heaven grant that today you realize what you are up to and what you've been up to. And you know what the future will bring. Not blessing, a curse.
Kuze kungena isifundiso esidukisayo sokusho ukuthi mina angimkhonzi uNkulunkulu ngoba ngimesaba, kodwa ngoba ngiyamthanda. Lo muntu udidekile akalwazi ulaka lukaNkulunkulu. Umuntu okhuluma ngothando lwakhe kuphela engagcizeleli nokulunga kwakhe udukisile, yikho ukuthi uyabola nje kwangathi namhlanje umuntu onjalo angalungisa noNkulunkulu.
Ungathi ukuthi namhlanje sakwenze, kodwa awukazi ukwenze. Awukazi ukwenze.
Maybe you say, but I don't resist Jerusalem, but have you ever?
We've never done it in the past. One sentence suffices.
Umusho wodwa kwanele.
Ngobungcwele bukaNkulunkulu.
Because of the holiness of God.
Uma ekhona yena.
If that person is here.
Umoya ongcwele wakhe usebenze njengokuba kushiswe lenkosi. Lo muntu ngeke akwazi ukuhlala ebandleni likaNkulunkulu.
As the Holy Spirit works, He will ensure that such a person, if he resists the Spirit, will never be able to remain in the congregation of God's people.
As long as he is there. And we see that in the church in Jerusalem when Ananias and Sapphira died.
Sibona lokhu ebandleni lika Jerusalem lapho kufe uAnaniya noSapphira.
In the letter to the Corinthians, chapter 5, that such a person, there's no room in the church. Don't even eat with them.
Kwabase Galatia isahluko sesihlanu kuthiwa uma khona umuntu onjalo ozishaya ukuthi ukholiwe kodwa uzenza izinto ezinje ungadli ngisho nokudla naye.
If God is real in that church, that person is going to leave that church. But if he doesn't leave it, God will kill him in the church. He'll die. Uzokufa. Uma engafuni ukulishiya ibandla, uNkulunkulu uzomshaya ngokufa. Uzokufa. Athi uNkulunkulu akethe, akalungisi, akaphumi, akafe.
And then God says, well, if that person refuses to hear, refuses to make right, then that person must die. He who has an ear to hear, let him hear. This book is not a book of tales and fairy tales, but the truth, and it will happen as God says.
If you don't like it, run away.
Maungathandi izwi, baleka.
Hide in the highest mountain of this world.
Cashe entabeni eziphakemeyo zomhlaba.
Go somewhere where you can get away from God.
Hamba lapho ubona ukuthi ungambalekela uNkulunkulu.
To the highest places in this world or to the lowest depths in the sea.
Izintaba eziphakeme noma phansi kolwandle okujulile.
But as a young teenager I knew, Erlo, you can't escape from God.
Kodwa ngise
Even in the lowest depths of the earth, He'll be there. Or if you hide in the cosmos, in the skies, He'll find you there as well. Nobody did have to tell me that. I knew it as a 13-year-old boy when I was contemplating sometimes to commit suicide.
Mina bengumfana engino 13 nje ngaqonda ukuthi akusiza ukuzibulala ukumcashela uNkulunkulu noma ngihamba ekujuleni kolwandle noma le phezulu ezinkanyezini uNkulunkulu uzongifica lapho.
When a little cousin of mine told me, "Oh, Erlo, how can you say such a thing? How could you wish that you'd be a dog or a tree?" I say, kill the dog, fell the tree, it's finished. But with us, it's not like that. And she says, "Oh, I'm so happy that I'm a human being, because one day I'll be like an angel." I said, that's the little talk. That's the talk of little girls. What have I got to do with being like an angel one day? I knew I didn't have the right thing. And I was on the way to seek the right thing. Because I didn't want to live the way I lived. And that's why I said when I left home to become a preacher, I don't want to be a preacher like other preachers. I want to be different. Not because I wanted to be special, but I wanted the real thing. I wasn't satisfied just to baptize, just to bury people. I wanted to have that what Jesus said.
Angizange ngineliswa ukuthi ngibe umKristu nje, umshumayeli nje. Ngangifuna ukuthi ngibe noNkulunkulu. Ngamfuna kuleso sikhathi ngingafuna ukuthi ngifana namantombazana akhuluma ukuthi ngizoba ingelosi ezulwini. Cha, ngangifuna iqiniso noNkulunkulu uqobo lwakhe.
I was a verkrampt of the verkrampters. But when Jesus came in, the first thing I did, I went from one Zulu hut to the other with my Bible, not knowing Zulu, but reading in German what the verse said and then trying to read it in Zulu. I went from one hut full of smoke, from one hut to the other, and I came out smelling like Schwarzwälder Schinken. And that was the greatest joy to me, that these people whom I was dead to, I wished that they could taste what I have tasted. I got to know Christ. Do you know Christ? Do you? Or is it just shown? Churchianized? You like a bird. You go to my house. You'll find a bird that can laugh like other people. A bird that can talk. It's just a bird. When one girl passed there, the bird said, "Sawubona." She turned round, looked at it, and said, "Sawubona." Inyoni yakwazi ukukhuluma. Uma inyoni ikwazi ukukhuluma, yakwazi ukuhleka nengane zenu ziyakwazi ukwenza lokho zafundiswa ulimi lokukholwa kodwa uSathane phakathi izwe phakathi inyama phakathi izinkanuko zenyama phakathi ukweba phakathi.
Now, just as a parrot can be taught to imitate, so too you can get your children into that mode where they know the Christian language. It's flowery, Christianized language, but inside there's death. Christ is not there.
Ake ngivumele ngiphethe kuNumeri 33 verse 55.
Let me end with Numbers 33 verse 55.
Kunganisiza uma niphethe amabhayibhele nithathe nepeni nibhale noma la ekhasini lokuqala eBhayibhelini kumhlophe nje nibhale ivesi khona efike ekhaya nikufunde noma uzoSathane ekuhlupha funde lawo mavesi azokuvuselela ukuba izwi likaNkulunkulu liphile kuwe hayi amagqubu izwi.
It's a help to mark those places where the Lord speaks to you. Use it as a time of encouragement later on when you may be tempted, where you can recall what the Lord has spoken to you, so that it won't be grudges that fill you, but the Word.
That the Word should live in you. Live in you. You go to work, you think of it. Live in you.
Uma uya emsebenzini ucabanga ngalo izwi liphile kuwe.
That's why Graf von Zinzenberg made a little brochure, daily reading, because he wanted the people, when they went to work, that these words would accompany the whole day. And when they spoke together, that they'll speak about these words.
Yikho ukuthi le ndoda kaNkulunkulu uTsinsendorf wake wabhala phansi amavesi wosuku nosuku ukuze abantu bakaNkulunkulu bakwazi ukuthi badle bacabangisise ngezwi kaNkulunkulu noma basemsebenzini.
Just check yourself. How many minutes or hours of the day does the word live in you? How long are you busy with the word? Or do you read it? You walk out of the room, you've forgotten it. Well, that's why you're such a barren person. That's why you can't bring children into this world.
Usihlole wena ukuthi izwi likaNkulunkulu liphile kuwe kube ama-minute angaki ngosuku noma amahora amangaki. Yikho ukuthi uyinyumba awukwazi ukuthi ulethe abantwana.
Those words have got to live in you all the time.
Lawo magama afanele ukuthi aphile kuwe njalo njalo.
You must be busy with those words all the time.
Uze ube busy namagama kaNkulunkulu njalo nje.
If that's not the case, you're a barren tree, you're not a green tree, and you won't shine, and you won't show forth the glory of it.
Uma kunjalo uzoba umuthi ongatheli izithelo, ongakhanyi ngokukhanya kukaNkulunkulu.
Namhla sokuhlotshiswa ngisho nangoshokoleti omunye umzukulu wami uyaya asuka akhe hambe bamfica usedla lo chocolate.
You decorate.
Uyaya uma sikuJesu sithola kumnandi kuno chocolate.
One thinks of the decoration of a Christmas tree to make it as beautiful and attractive as possible. One of the Christmas trees these days had chocolates on it as decoration, but one of my grandchildren went and nabbed a few for himself. And now our lives should be even more attractive, full of decoration and the beauty and attractiveness of
To
the
be a
Lord.
dry Christian, a dry tree, is to be a cursed Christian.
Ukuba umuthi owomileyo kusho ukuthi ungumuntu okholiwe oqalekisiwe.
No Mary, iBhayibheli lika Jesu. Jesu bethanda ukukhuluma ngeNomeri nangeDeuteronomy.
Now we look at Numbers. Jesus liked to quote from the book of Numbers and Deuteronomy.
Kepha uma Sahluko 33 verse 55. Kulula ukukhumbula incwadi yesine yeBhayibheli. Numeri bese kuthiwa 3355.
Numbers 33:55.
Kepha uma ningaxoshi abantu bezwe phambi kwenu, labo enibashiyayo bayakuba njengezinkandi emehlweni enu, nanjengameva ezinhlangothini zenu, banikhathaze ezweni enihlala kulo.
But if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall be that those whom you let remain shall be irritants in your eyes and thorns in your sides, and they shall harass you in the land where you dwell.
Uma ningaxoshi laba bantu, abanye bahlala lapho kuhleli khona abakolotayo, abanye bakuvakashelana nabantu abangakholwa, abantu abangakholwa baphambi kwamehlo akho bazothini uyabesaba. Lalela ke uzokwehlelwa kona.
If you do not drive them out from before you, those who compromise, those who have fellowship with unbelieving people and who compromise their faith, just see what the Lord says about you.
Maybe some of your family members,
Mhlawumbe abanye bomndeni wakho,
sons-in-law or daughters-in-law.
noma abakhwenyana, noma omakoti.
They before your eyes.
Yibo
You can't make a decision, you can't do a thing, because they are there and they don't like it.
yibo abaphambi kwakho, awukwazi ukunquma into, ukwenza into ngoba ucabanga ukuthi bona abathandi lokho.
Uthi uNkulunkulu uma ungaxoshi abantu bezwe phambi kwakho, labo obashiyayo bayakuba njengezinkandi emehlweni akho. Ayophela amehlo akho. Uma unezinkandi emehlweni uzobona, uzoba blind isigcino, blind. Isigcino uzoba umntwana kaNkulunkulu ongakwazi ukuhlukanisa.
If you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land before you, then these very ones shall be irritants in your eyes, and you'll find that you're alive but you're totally blind.
Babe njengameva ezinhlangothi zenu.
And thorns in your sides.
What will you be able to achieve with thorns in your side and things in your eyes?
Uzophumelela kanjani ube nameva ohlangothini noma ameva emehlweni akho?
Samson ube nentombi ayithandayo, abazali bamkhuza bathi awu mntanami kwangathi akukuhle uma uganwa umuntu onjalo. Kodwa waphikelela isigcino wasifica ejele nembobo ekhanda.
Samson persevered with the lusts of the flesh, even when being warned by his parents. But he persisted. Well, he ended up with his eyes gouged out, finding himself in prison.
He dabbled with sin. He
Why?
compromised.
Busy.
He loved the shape of that girl.
Ethanda lentombi.
He could put his head on her lap. What a foolish man.
Waba isiwula.
Solomon, a man whom God loved, and women led him astray.
Bheka uSolomon ethandwa uNkulunkulu kodwa wadukiswa ngabesifazane.
He lost his glory.
Wayithanda inkazimulo yakhe.
We speak of the King of David, but Jesus was never called the King of Solomon.
Sikhuluma ngendodana kaDavide kodwa asikhulumi uJesu akazange abizwe ukuthi indodana kaSolomon inkosi.
Leanness came into his heart
Ukuzaca
because of the opposite sex,
enhlizweni
being a ladies' man.
ngenxa yezinkanuko.
What a disgraceful and shameful thing.
Yeka ihlazo elingaka.
Uzovuka ayovuka meva azohlabe ohlangothini noma uthi uyahamba isigcino kuzoba njalo hlatshwe uhluleke ukuhamba ukubona uboni ingane zakho zikuzalele emakhaya amavezandlebe ziyohlala ekhaya lakho amavezandlebe ha wena sikhukazi esiyisilima yohamba futhi ingane iyozaleni futhi ize kwabakhulu kuwa kwaLucifer kukhulu kuwa kwabafundisi kukhulu kuwa kwabazalwane kodwa uNkulunkulu akasebenze azibonakalise.
You become immobilized. You cannot move. You cannot do a thing. You become blinded because you allow these things in your life, in your home. But may God help us. May He reveal Himself.
Ngifuna ukuthi uNkulunkulu athulule umoya wakhe akawuthululeli kubantu abanjalo.
We call for God to pour out His Spirit, but He can never pour out His Spirit upon such
You
people.
want an outpouring of the Holy Spirit. You'll never experience this. God doesn't pour out His Spirit upon such a kind of people. Never. It will be a spirit from below.